Today we find ourselves in Evans City, Pennsylvania, visiting the Living Dead Museum. This museum has been here for quite some time, and you know what, to be honest, I'm actually a little surprised that it's still here because, well, Evans City is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and this is like a very specialty kind of shop. It deserves to be here. I'm glad it's here, and I hope to God it goes nowhere. Inside, they have a gift shop, but for $5, you can take a self-guided tour through the Living Dead Museum. Let's go do it.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.
The Living Dead Museum here has a mission of only $5. Children 12 and under are free when accompanied by an adult. So let's get started. Right from the get-go, they throw some pictures at you, as well as the budget for the Night of the Living Dead. And check out this picture right here of them wiring a gunshot squib on one of the zombies. Well, at the time they called them ghouls, we found out. Oh my God, we were just in the cemetery reenacting this guy. Does a much better job than I do. Jessica's walking ahead, but check out all of these pictures from the production of Night of the Living Dead. This is amazing. Look at this. Marilyn Eastman. There's an awesome shot of Johnny and the cemetery ghoul fighting for survival. Russo as a ghoul. And there's a shot of the basement of the farmhouse, but it was actually down in downtown Pittsburgh. There's the beautiful Judith O'Dea. I had a crush on her, and you know what? I got to meet her, and I told her I had a crush on her. And she was flattered. Man, so cool. Never seen that shot before. Moving on, they have a life-size mannequin from Plan 9 from Outer Space. And just like a well-thought-out crime, here is the timeline of the Living Dead. Pretty much a sticker on the wall with different dates and the different zombie flicks, video games, comics, current movies, all the way up to The Walking Dead. I was here in this museum many moons ago, and to give you an idea, this Mall of Fame, when I was here, there was probably 8 or 9 different handprints. It's supposed to look like blood, the Mall of Fame, but now it's pretty covered. There's the late, great George Romero saying, "Stay scared." And if you noticed, if I write to anybody for Grim Life Collective, I say, "Stay weird, stay scared." That comes from George Romero. Right next to him is Tom Savini's handprints in his handwriting. Just below it, there's Ken Forhey from Dawn of the Dead. Ah, that's beautiful. Ghoulishly yours, John Russo. Right underneath the M in the top corner, they're coming to get you, Barbara Restrainer, who played Johnny. And up here almost to the top, very tiny, is Judith O'Dea, who played Barbara, saying, "Help me." There's an old radio here playing a radio broadcast, warning people about the ghouls.
All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls.
There's a picture of George Cassana. He's long gone, but this is the ammo belt that he wore in the movie, with a letter of authenticity. They have a little setup here for Dawn of the Dead, which is filmed in Monroeville Mall in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh. Again, I find myself saying, I want this in our house, but there are original production props from 1978. Dawn of the Dead, right there on the wall. Check that out. There's a model of the mall. And right there, it's J.C. Penney's. Map of the mall. That poster is signed by, it looks like pretty much everybody who was part of Dawn of the Dead, mainly the cast. My God, that's so cool. What's this say? Property, Department of the Army. In case of emergency, call 1-800-454-8000. That must mean that inside here is a prop from Return of the Living Dead. That is bad booty. So bad booty. Hopefully they have it sealed pretty good. If not, we're going to get very sick. Return of the Living Dead. There she is, Linnea. I think that's how you say her name. I never really heard anybody say her name. But I don't think anybody, I think everybody who grew up watching Return of the Living Dead had a crush on her. The graveyard scene, the dancing scene when she was naked.
Yeah.
That's just, that is horror right there.
Boobies!
The boobies and butt.
Boobies!
Boobies and butt.
I like boobies.
Boobies and butt. Here's Michael Jackson, otherwise known as the King of Pop. But it's from Thriller, and he's dead, so I'm guessing he's the King of Rot. Aside from Romero's movies, one of my all-time favorite zombie flick is this one, Shockwaves. Basically, it's Nazi zombies coming out of the water to kill people. So bizarre, but so awesome. Here's a life-size mannequin of Fulci's zombie. Ooh. Original production prop from Day of the Dead, which was filmed in Florida, mind you. We still have to go and do those filming locations. And if you're a fan of any zombie flick and know anything about George Romero, then you know Bub will have a special place in our heart, as I'm sure yours, The Dead Walk. There's a Creepshow poster on the wall, but what is really cool is what is right below it. Check that out. I am really jealous of this museum. I want everything in here. Can you imagine that being in our living room, Jessica?
That would be great.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the cat would just go crazy on it, though.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The kitty cat, he'd just go crazy on it.
Oh yeah.
Climb all over it, probably tear out some of his hair.
He'd probably lay between his arms.
He just might, yes. I believe so.
Right behind Jessica is a little area devoted to The Crazies, which was also filmed here in Evans City. They remade it, but it's not as good as the first one. There's some shots from The Crazies. Very cool.
And then they have a door with airplanes too.
Here in the frame right there, our certificate of authenticity. It is a uniform warehouse zombie shirt worn in the movie Diary of the Dead, which is that one right there. Similar to our grim wall of horrors at our house here inside the museum, they have a wall of their own, different 8x10s and autographs. There's more posters signed by the different cast and crew throughout the years at Living Dead Weekend. That's awesome.
So not only is the self-guided museum tour just really, really cool, the gift shop that it's attached to has some things that I think are a must for any collector.
You can buy some signed prints here. Here's from Day of the Dead. There's one here from Night of the Living Dead. Just so awesome. Evans City, PA, Zombie Ground Central. That's actually a really nice shirt. Years ago when I came here to visit, I ended up buying this one. It's a hoodie, Pittsburgh Zombie Capital of the World. It's nice to see they still have it because it's a great design. And right next to it, there's a Dawn of the Dead one and a Night of Total Terror. I do believe this is from the 50th anniversary. And they have more things than just Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead merchandise. Here, this stuff here is from Evil Dead. You get parts of the woodshed, the roof, this right there in the center of your screen that says Linda's Grave Coal. That is awesome. Check out that Creepshow shirt. I've got my cake. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. That's a nice Dawn of the Dead shirt. And this is the shirt with the Living Dead logo on it. Evans City, PA, home of the Living Dead. It's strange, growing up in the Pittsburgh area, I moved pretty much before the Living Dead weekends really started taking off. Kind of sad, I haven't made them. This trip that we came here to Pittsburgh, PA, we just missed this year's Living Dead weekend. Next year, we're gonna have to make a special trip just for that. Because they have a lot of really cool merchandise and it'd be nice to see all the actors. What'd you think of the museum, Jessica? Did you have a favorite part?
Yeah, It was nice seeing the handprints for the Mall.
The Mall of Fame.
The Mall of Fame, yeah, I called it the Mall of Art, but Mall of Fame. But that they actually had a wall set up, so it's like the timeline of all the different zombie films or zombie-like films, whether you call it a zombie or not. I really like that. I thought that was cool to pay homage to all the other things that have been out.
There's just so much awesome things to see here. I would be lying if I didn't say I loved it all, but seeing at the very end the creep show piece that they had, that was pretty impressive. Very cool.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.